Hey friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Marie. I live in New York and I love fashion, travel, and cultural events, and I'm asking you to join me on the adventure. Today is our last day at the Riyadh, our last sumptuous breakfast as we prepare to go to Fez, Morocco. We had such a wonderful time at Riyadh Tajani. We had decided to take a car to Fez rather than the train. And of course, the wonderful staff had already arranged for our transportation. Here we are saying goodbye to the staff that took such wonderful care of us. It was really hard to leave, and I made a promise to be back soon. That's how lovely a time we had. Josie and Erica had left ahead of us, and they had gone straight to Tangier, and we were supposed to meet once we got to the city. So here we are, leaving Marrakech, leaving the Medina, leaving through the new city, just getting a wonderful outlook as we bid Marrakech goodbye. The road to Fez is mostly highway. It's a very good road, and the scenery is fantastic. You get to pass the desert landscape and see the red clay. You pass many small towns and villages. You can see the Atlas Mountains in the distance. We felt that it was the right choice to take the car ride because it was wonderful and pleasant. Our driver was Yassim, the same young man who drove us through the Atlas Mountains. The ride from Marrakech to Fez, you pass Casablanca, you pass Rabat, the capital, and then you land in Fez. We decided to go to Fez because Fez is known as the cultural capital of Morocco. Fez is a northeastern Moroccan city. It is primarily known for its Fez El Bali walled Medina with medieval Marindi architecture, vibrant souks, and old world atmosphere. The Medina is home to religious schools such as the 14th century Bou Aynia and Al-Atarin, both decorated with elaborate cedar carvings and ornate tile work. Fez is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the largest car-free urban areas in the world. Its narrow, winding streets, bustling souks, and ancient monuments are truly a sight to behold and explore. Fez has a whole different vibe than Marrakech. It feels bigger, some parts more cosmopolitan, and the Medina is huge. There are 14 different gates to enter the Medina. Fez was established in the 9th century. We will be staying near one of the palaces that belongs to the current king, Mohammed V. This city claims the first university in the world for mathematics. It is where the concept of zero was founded. The world came here to study mathematics, also astronomy and pharmacy. It is a city known for its crafts, religion, and culture, and is also world famous for its tannery. Also, the contrast to Marrakech helps to understand why Marrakech is called the Red City. In Fez, there are many mosques and palaces. And finally, the prices are better in Fez. Now that I've filled you in on all the reasons why we chose to go to Fez, I hope you did enjoy the changing landscape. I hope you saw that we passed Rabat and we passed Casablanca and that we passed some small towns. And I hope you saw the Atlas Mountains in the distance. But it was really a wonderful ride. We did 2 rest stops, and at each one, we got a different aspect of the country. After the red clay of Marrakech, I would say that now we're coming into the white clay of Fez. The other thing is how imposing the palace of King Mohammed V is, and it takes about 82 hectares of space, and it's completely walled. This palace is one that he uses occasionally for state visits and other state functions. So, a lot of the times it is not in use, but there is full staff to maintain it. It takes up a primary spot in Fez. It sits on top of the hill. That's the other difference with Fez and Marrakech. Fez was hilly, and that was beautiful, but also a little daunting when you thought of walking the city. Our next riad is the Riad Layalina, and this riad sits in the old quarter, the Medina, 5-minute walk from the beautiful blue gates that Fez is famous for. Riad Layalina is very traditional. Actually, we had visited the Bahia Palace in Marrakech, and when we pulled up to the Layalina, it looked like we were stepping into that palace due to the attention to detail. Here we are, we're near the Medina, we're looking at the walled city. I think we've also passed the palace, and as you can see, it's very bright and white here. There's grand avenues, there's palm trees, the landscape has changed. And here we are looking at the fort on the hilltop that is looking down into the Medina. And as before, a staff member from the Medina came to get us and lead us down the narrow street to the entrance of our riad. I felt as if I had traveled in time. I was really back in the 9th century. This was really a very pretty riad, and it was a totally different feel than the Riad Tajani in Marrakech. We're looking at the tile work. We're looking at the huge wooden doors with the very tall entrances. We're looking at the woodwork and the stained glass and the cedar engravings. It was just beautiful. We are in the inner courtyard. There's a fountain, and there's a pool, and there's a cool breeze running through. And we were presented with dinner, and they called the start dishes salads, and that was like carrots and zucchini and potatoes. I found that funny because I was expecting green leaves, but this is what they meant. And then they presented in the tangine the chicken tangine, which was in a lemon sauce, lemon and olive sauce. It was delicious. And of course, we got the mint tea. So I'm looking at all the decorative features of this riad, all of which I have seen in the palace in Marrakech, and I've seen in the markets, the souks of Marrakech. So it was very interesting to be living in the midst of this decor. We were in Fez for a short time, so of course we asked for a tour guide to guide us through the Medina and show us the salient points. And then we were taken up to our room, which was beautiful. It wasn't a room, it was an apartment. And of course, it was decorated with all the traditional Moroccan furniture. So we got to see the Berber rugs up close. We got to see the lighting fixtures, the furniture, the detailed doors and marquetry on the furniture. And we got a stunning view of the city. It was really magical. And it was such a contrast to where we had just been in Marrakech. So we just really relaxed and enjoyed our room and feeling like we were in Morocco. I don't know how else to describe it. Everything we had seen in a museum somewhere, and it felt like we were living in the museum or living in the palace. And everywhere that our eye focused had an interesting detail, which is the beauty of Morocco. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and remember to like, subscribe, and share.